here in the first half.
And all these made buckets mean Chicago can't get out in transition, where they have been so prolific and dangerous in turning their season around. Starting around March 6th, they really started to find their strides.
Kevin Herter, bank shot is good.
We're arrow right here, and we're going to execute both sides of the ball.
Thanks for your time, Josh. Mike?
All right, Cass, Khalil Ware with a terrific play. Excellent second effort. And it's back up to 16. Giddy knocks down a three.
But only shot 28% from three.
Well, they're going to have to come out focused.
Yes. Here's Herter. He knocks down another. An imposter, if you will.
Yeah.
Here's Herter off to a red-hot start in this first half. Vucevic flips it and scores it.
But he made the adjustment later on. But in the beginning, it was a little bit difficult staying with Herter off those little curls.
It's a great point about the rookie wall. It does seem to be a common phenomenon.
You know,
there's Collins with a three, but it's...
Man, it's just...
A little broad stroke, but I do agree with you in principle and philosophy, certainly. You know, doing what you do best, I think, has kind of been taken out at times. Carter hits a three. Around the group, it just feels a little bit different where they are this year.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference that I've seen.
What do you think?
Since the trade deadline, they're a much better defensive team.
Danielle Scott.
In her 4th season, Mitchell Irvin's crew chief in his 10th season, and Trey Maddox in his 14th. First shot is off the mark there by George. We've got 3 Maryland Terrapins on that other side of the floor, Drew. Herter's one of them. There's Nicola trying to work on Sarr on the block, kicking it out to White. We'll be putting it on the deck. Mid-range shot is up.
Want to be in the future. A three-point shooting team that plays defense and competes at a high level.
Taylor Horton-Tucker being defended by Justice Champagnie in the backcourt. Chicago right now is 9th in the East. Trying to secure that up and get home court in the play-in tournament. Vooch on a spin off the window. First 12. Chicago got to the charity stripe 5 times, knocking them down all 5. Washington has yet to get to the free throw line. Second quarter underway here in the United Center. Chris Miller, Drew Gooden, Megan McPeak. Game 81 in the regular season. A little in and out dribble by Herter. Throws it up to Collins. Here's Buzelis. Knocks in a 3-point during the game. In Washington, though, 5 threes, but the Bulls are plus 13 in that free throw department. Also plus 7 in points off turnovers. Third quarter underway, Bulls with possession. Here's Manis Buzelis starting the game. 33 minutes. Eastern Conference Player of the Month in March.
And before the All-Star break, he was only averaging around 18 points, Chris.
So that means he got to it.
He got to it post-break.
Herter over to Patrick Williams, trying to body his way inside. A cut by Buzelis. A couple head fakes. Gets it off the glass.
Triple. So Bam's tripled twice. Burks got a 3 and a foul, and then Bam with a 3, a 7-point possession. A 19-8 Heat head start. That's Herter, and that's perfect from downtown. 9 games, they come into tonight's game with the same record. Bulls have the automatic tiebreaker. They've already won the season series, so the Heat would have to finish a game ahead. Not only beat them tonight, but win out. Vucevic starts of him. Giddey and Herter, along with Vucevic, Kobe White, and Buzelis for the Bulls. Giddey powers it up and in. Took it right at one. Basketball. Giddey gets it into White, lays it in. 119.
Okay. And again, you played 1 game the year prior. Yep. I think it was for San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you good.
And then you played the next year a significant amount for Dallas, and you had your first NBA points early in that season.
Yeah, I believe Kendall Gill was on that team as well.
Right. I have to ask Kendall if he remembers his first points. Horton-Tucker slicing through defenders and
plays as hard as he does each and every night. It's been a beautiful combination to see Cleveland come together.
And this is a rare miss for Donovan Mitchell. It's only the 8th game all year that he's missing, and they're 7-0 without him. Great ball movement for the Bulls, and they finally snap out.
Bulls spaced out so well and chasing the ball instead of the Bulls being able to dictate anything on the defensive end.
Bulls are 6 of 11 from the floor in this second quarter. Buzelis has space, a clean look at three, right on cue. That's why that percentage has gotten closer to league average now. Mobley working inside, can't finish in traffic. It's going to be Collins and Smith to start. So the double big lineup for Cleveland is already forcing some adjustments for the Bulls here in the second half. Williams and Terry start on the bench. Horton Tucker and Collins start on the floor. And Collins. Quincy Jones, none other than the man we just lost in this past year, Quincy. But that is the show Sanford and Son. So if you heard him say, Elizabeth, I'm coming, that is a quote from Sanford and Son. He would imitate a heart attack when he was trying to get out of a sticky situation. Collins is able to score over. Hay says that three for Imani Bates goes down. Bates, the two-way player, second-round pick last season. So they've emptied out their bench. Javonte Green, the former Bull, is on the floor. So is Jack Travers. Carter, Terry, Liddell, Emmanuel Miller, and Jalen Smith for the Bulls. Here is Terry through the teeth of the Cavalier defense.
Herter looking for a spot. Gets it over to Williams. That's a strong move.
In the middle of that play in, they've won 2 in a row. They're actually tied with the Clippers for 7th and 8th. Clippers have the tiebreaker. A very important game for the Grizz. They've won.
Up there on the plateau. No, since 24 we were told. Here's a lob inside. Sharp going strong. Herter is there. Rebound grab by Vucevic. Up come the Chicago Bulls. Lamar, this Bulls team, we should warn everybody, they love to get up and down.
They sure do. The Blazers started the game there with a really good called possession. And Shaden, he curls off with a screen. He just didn't make the shot. But it was a...
Been very happy with how Shea's playing.
And guys, this is the most points for Shea over a 4-game span. 114 points from March 27th up until...
Take a look at the Pacific Office Automation stats. Chicago at nearly 48%. Blazers at 48%. 3 of 8 shooting from 3 for Portland. 24-16 paint point advantage for the Blazers. They hope to build on that against this Bulls team that is vulnerable inside. Nice.
They look like a well-coached team. When I look at, Kev, fundamentally what they're doing on the defensive end, the coaching staff, they just done such a good job with these guys to keep them prepared and ready, and are taking advantage of their moment.
Chicago get them on their heels. Giddey was terrific in the third quarter, leading the Bulls to a 40-point third quarter. Giddey coming off the screen from Collins, puts his head down, barrels in on Clingan.
And Jamison Battle with a very quick shot of the rookie, one of several that the Raptors are using right now, knocks down a 3.
Full court pressure right now.
Well, it's a bunch of young guys for Toronto that are all working towards contracts, working towards more playing time. They are sitting a bunch of their key players. RJ Barrett is out. Grady Dick has been hurt for the better part of a month. He is out. Vucevic hits. He had nothing bad to say, and I know Casey reported on this last night. You guys talked about it, but he had a great relationship with Sam Presti. And Sam kind of went out of his way to try to find a good spot for Giddey, who delivers a beautiful backdoor pass to Herter for a nice. That's playoffs. Just trying to get a pick. That takes you out of the rotation for the lottery. So something to keep in mind. And listen, for me, I just want to call playoff basketball. I want to see fun games as Williams knocks down the jumper. A couple of years ago, they extended Billy Donovan's contract under the radar as well. Here's Herter. That's a 3. That's good. Big night for.
Well, his growth and development has shown up with everything that these defenses have thrown at SGA, and he's a student of the game. He wants to make the right play, Michael, and that's what he does, because he says, look, oftentimes I'm just reading the defense.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, too.
That is Martino, the tonight's OU Health Coach's Corner. 3 speedy teams, Michael, back to back to back. The good news is, OKC, nobody's been better this year as Giddey's able to break down the defense. There's 7 games remaining after tonight.
Season is going by pretty quickly, folks. Last few home games for the Thunder coming up here Nice little pick and roll action between.
Just has 6 fast break points in this game so far, guys.
That certainly shuts off one of the main valves, Michael, for offense. And if you're OKC, you want to do it again here in the second half. As there's a 2 for Buzelis in the mid-range. In the month of March, 16 games total, 1 shy of the maximum allowed. Thunder had 17 in the month of January last year. As Parr comes off the screen.
Ball's into Kobe White. By the way, Anthony Davis does have a block shot tonight, which puts him at 1,800 for his career. Second most amongst active players, only behind Brook Lopez. On the move, Kobe White gives it to Zach Collins. Collins going to the right-hand hook shot. What do you think? He said the lesson is it's not over till it's over. Yeah. Mavericks kind of experienced some heartbreak like that on the road against the Pacers recently. Kevin Huerter finds Buzelis.
Yeah. The shot that they wanted, just not the result.
Still looking for the first points of the game for Max Christie. Coming off 12 on Thursday. Averaging almost 12 in his time with the Mavs. Dalen Terry way across the floor to Julian Phillips. And Phillips on a jump. 12 in the third quarter. He's in the game. So is AD. Marshall, Washington, and Dinwiddie complete the group on the floor. And for Chicago right now, you have their starting 5 out there. Vucevic. That's his first 3 tonight. Turnovers tonight. The Bulls average 14.5 per game. So Dallas has done yeoman's work on the defensive end of the floor, but there's still a whole lot of work left to be done. Paint catch, Vucevic. Dinwiddie's got 9 points in the fourth quarter, along with that double-double. Buzelis.
Games. Make the shot tough. Don't let him get to the free throw line and score with the time stopped. Don't foul. Strong possession.
Into Kobe White. Quick 2. And they can play deep.
Good to see Mike. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. The White Sox in first place. Nice pass again. Gady finds. After all that, a little bit of confusion in that particular sequence.
I go tell Billy to give it back to Finney Smith. He's the one going to play most of the defense out there.
Yeah, he's the starter. Here's White. Nice move. What a reverse, and the English brings it home. Nice slip. Terry to Collins that time.
A problem in the playoffs.
There are going to be times where Luka's going to need rest, especially in the physicality of the playoffs. Huerter hits a 3. I get kicked off the broadcast the next 2 games. 12 seconds left. Bulls have to hurry. Get it into Vucevic. Quick pass to Williams. Big shot for 3. Good.